set to get this one started. And off we go from Denver. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Making some progress here. Coverage team tracking him down as he reaches the 35. Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10. The first carry for the speedy Dylan Sampson. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against them. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
They run it. Here's Andre Harvey. And he'll be met near the line to limit the game to a yard. Nick Bosa makes the stop.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
3rd down, it's Penix. Pocket isn't holding up. They're into the drop-in. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down. Here comes the Broncos punting unit. And no doubt he wants to get his season started with a good one here. And he drives this into the pouring rain. Takes it in at the 26. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34. Play action with Rourke. Into the hands of Romeo Dobbs. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
The nice thing about a drag route is it works versus zone. You can find that soft spot and get a completion, but they can be very effective when you got an excellent route runner running away on that drag route from man coverage.
And this defense is firing to begin the season, huh? Great play to get him behind the line.
Kid, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
Mark out of the shotgun. Can't connect over the middle. It's incomplete.
Quarterback with his renounce, Kate, I'm not surprised at all to see him throw it in the double coverage early. And that incompletion, well, it's just going to fuel his confidence that much more to keep forcing it.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down. They'll throw. 3rd and long. Finds him on the slant. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. And it's a gain of 12 on that one. And that means it'll be 1st down San Francisco. There's a give inside of James. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Now run, James. And he nearly gets them into the red zone as he's down at the 22. It's a gain of 22. And that gives the 49ers the 1st.
Even with everything he wrapped up on that run, you could argue he deserved maybe a little bit more. That call was the perfect one to break for big yards. The only thing that saved the defense from a score was getting that contact to slow him down and eventually, finally, stop him.
To the ground it goes. That's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. So it's 2nd down coming up.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Let's go now. Let's go.
2nd and 10, and they'll stick to the air. Screen play here for James. And they're all over that screen, Brock. Didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Oh, again, it looks like a pick, but they drop it. A chance to steal it away in the end zone. They just can't finish the play. Katie York now on for the field goal. From the right hash, about 45 yards out. York knocks it through. And that'll mark their first appearance in our scoring summary today.
I'd say all in all, that's the exact type of start this team was looking for. 2 possessions in, they've got the lead. A little early momentum with that field goal.
Starting from the 5. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Broncos to the line now. It's 1st and 10. Now Penix off the play action. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it sets up 2nd down.
Kate, I think that's a little taster, a little entree of what's to come for this wide receiver. He's going to have to make some plays into some contested coverages, and he couldn't do it right there.
After the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. On 3rd down, they'll go with Sampson. He was descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. And stopped by Upton Stout.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
3rd and long for him here. Complete out to the right side. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. Defenses are fine with surrendering that completion if it means making the stop short like they did and bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, I like when these defensive coordinators say they want to populate the ball, and that was a perfect example of it. Don't let the playmaker get started.
Jukes away from one. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Great starting spot here for the 49ers. They're headed up 1st and 10. Ocean Man is the tight end. He's going left. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL. But it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock him behind the sticks. Job well done there.
Gets him on the quick hitter. He's forced out of bounds after a nice play there, but still, Brock, not enough to avoid 3rd down.
The smartest pass catchers I've ever been around, they know how to set up an outcut beautifully. They recognize when they have leverage, how to sell the deep route, and then boom, they just break it out as if it's nothing.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
You know, in this league, you can't start every game with scoring drives, but I think that's a clear picture of why you don't keep this drive sustained. Got to execute on the most important down, and that's 3rd down.
Here comes Bryce Behringer to handle the 4th down punt. And this is going to be his first punt of the new season. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. All right, Denver getting everybody set. So they've got 1st and 10. We'll give to Sampson here up the middle. And he's going to be stopped after reaching up to the 33. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for Broncos' 1st down.
And the Broncos First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Starting on the ground here with Sampson. And he'll stay upright through this rain, but not through that hit as he's tackled after about a 1-yard gain. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
And they set up the screen here. It's Harvey. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. Handoff headed right. It's Harvey. And he's able to stay on his feet through that run, at least until the tackle stops him. He picked up close to 4. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
Penix working from the gun. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Throw here, 3rd down. Complete out to the right. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs. They've got first down here from the 36. To the air with Penix. Can't connect on the throw to his running back. That's an incomplete pass. Takes him to 2nd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Here finds his back, Harvey. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Penix lost it. Oh, and they get it back. The play's still live. And they're able to touch him down. So that's going to bring up 4th down. So here's Harrison Mevis, ready for the field goal try. This from 48 on the left hash. Mevis able to knock it through. And we're all tied up now in the first half.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lot. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. He fields it from the 8. Good work so far. He's got room. There he goes on the right side. To the 15. And he is gone. Touchdown. Well, when it's set up perfectly, Brock, and you get an exciting return man back there fielding it, wow, there are not many plays in football more exciting than taking a kick back for 6.
Find those blockers, follow those blockers, and then step on the gas. So simple for me to describe, yet so tough to execute on the field.
And the kick is good, and we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call. So they got him for roughing the kicker. They're going to put that penalty yardage on the spot of the ensuing kickoff. What do you think, Brock? Can we get dueling kick return touchdowns, huh? Let's find out. The kick is away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10.
Here we go.
First play of the drive. Here's Harvey. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. We're through one quarter of this opening weekend of football. We've got the 49ers in front. We'll get you back to Mile High after this. We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They've got a first to begin the frame. Harvey once more. This is going to make it down to the 24-yard line. A 28-yard pickup there. And it's going to be first down, Denver.
That's another Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Penix here from the gun. Short pass brought in. And he's taken out as he brings it down towards the 10. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that's good for Broncos first down.
Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Shotgun handed off to Harvey. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Sometimes just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play that just needed one more component. Get that extra block a little longer, find the lane quicker. The defender maybe a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
That's incomplete on 2nd down. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that means 3rd down coming up.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage. And that really did help force the incompletion.
Let's go now.
From the gun on 3rd, Penix. Pass it down close. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. Harrison Mevis on to try the point after. And it's no good. He missed the extra points. Rain, slick conditions, maybe making their presence felt as they fail to add another point on. Things trim back down to a single-point Brock as they send this off and away. Return coming from the 6. Ooh, a big lick from the coverage team there. And that is going to stop things before they can get it to the 30. San Francisco to the line. It's 1st and 10. With James. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
First play of the drive lost a yard. Need to get it back and some change here. 2nd down. To the air, here's Rourke. Completed over the middle. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
So that's a modest little drag route. But if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
About set. This is 3rd and 5.
Let's go. Okay. 60 nicely. 60 nicely.
Shotgun now for Rourke. Another drop. The last 2 plays both should have been intercepted, but neither could be brought in. However, Brock, they do at least force this 4th down. Bryce Behringer on now to punt. Pulled in at the 20. He lost the football, and they steal it back on the return. What a shame it had to end up like that. He had a really nice return going, too.
Yeah, I can see you getting out of your seat just like me. You got in that open field, I know. We thought maybe it's going to be a touchdown, but not so fast. The tackler not only able to bring him down, but force the fumble with the hit.
Yeah, that was impressive. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
At the 46-yard line.
Rourke from the gun. Looking underneath, and the back brings it in. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. They miss with James. And he'll stay upright through this rain, but not through that hit as he's tackled after about a 1-yard gain. Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Throw right side, and Dobbs has it. And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone.
I really like the timing of that screen call to the perimeter. To get the ball in space to operate, it turns into a nice gain.
Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Rourke looking to throw. Oh, DeMar Hamlin has it. Space on the right. He's got room at the 20. And into the end zone he goes. A pick 6 for Denver.
Gosh, I love that play on so many levels, Kate. Making the interception, already a terrific effort by everybody involved. But to put the cherry on top, to take it all the way back to the house, it required extra effort from everybody, and they get the job done.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Fielded just shy of the end zone. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. First call here coming from the shotgun. And run now with James. And this is going to come to an end right at the 32-yard line. An even 10-yard gain on the play. And that means it'll be first down San Francisco.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down to first down in just one play. Get that big play potential on the ground. Jeez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
1st and 10 from the 32.
Here we go. Let's go.
Toss this one out to James. Trying to make it happen, but no luck. This goes backwards on first down. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
To the left side and reeled in by Kittle. He is taken down as he drives this to the enemy 40. That one hits for 30. And that gives the 49ers the first.
I think every quarterback around the world would agree, Kate. You love throwing a short pass to a tight end and then give that guy a chance to show off his speed in the open field. Yeah, runs defense to make it a much bigger game.
Play fake. It's Rourke. He's got the hook up to Watkins. And he's going to be hit, set after about a gain of 1, maybe 2 yards there.
You know, Kate, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush your passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
They run. It's James. Oh, man, nothing for him again, Brock. It has been a struggle all game. This one's quickly mopped up, too.
One of the challenges when you run that jet sweep is you better secure that edge. I've not seen a great jet sweep in my life where you don't win the edge of the line of scrimmage. And that time, the defense got the job done.
18 Cardinal.
Air it out on third. Going all the way to the end zone here. Defender gets his hand in there and breaks it up. A possible touchdown denied. That's going to bring up fourth down. Another punt coming up. Bryce Behringer to do the honors again. And he'll try to hit this one well. He gets him out of the deep part of their half. This is out across the 20.
At their own 24-yard line.
Broncos to the line now. It's 1st and 10.
70 Lions.
Running right, this is Jones. And he's going to have this up near the 40, just a little bit short of it. The end result there, 15 yards and a first. So that's going to take us, Brock, to our 2-minute warning of this first half. Broncos on top here at Mile High. From the 39 now after that explosive start to this drive. First down, here's Simpson. And he's stopped after ripping off an 8-yard chunk. It's 2nd down.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2. Here's Penix. Jump off caught by his back. Open space inside the 40. And he gets this down to the 38. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it's going to be 1st down, Denver.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
Mims with the grab. And defenders arriving in support to finish him off at the line.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
Buying some time left. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
Go! Nike 18! Take over!
Penix on 3rd down. Finds him over the middle. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further. San Francisco calls it 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
For the field goal. A 38-yard attempt.
Nevis able to knock it through. And that'll make it a 2-score game.
See, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. And it looks like he's going to opt not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 35. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line.
Ready? Cougar 19!
They'll motion him out of the backfield. Rourke out of the shotgun. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Pat Surtain has it. And the Broncos are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. In this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Penix. That one is incomplete, and the clock stops with 18 seconds to go.
That's a throw at this level. With so much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. It would be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
It isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And it pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Will this drive continue? Here comes 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. Finds the in route complete. And he's going to have enough for the 1st down. Not by much. He got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal. Defenders in the area, they still make the connection, Brock. It almost looked like it was just another throw on the practice field.
Yeah, this is how you just develop that just trust factor, that connection. We see it with QBs and tight ends, and the best of them.
And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos will add to their lead at the end of the half. Levis now for the extra point. Extra point sent in through the rain. And the Broncos take a 16-point lead. So we'll see if it's a kick return that ends on half, or if we get a play from scrimmage, as this one's away. Has this at the 6. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our 1st half. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see what the 1st half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our 2nd half. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He stopped on the run back of the 27. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Shaking off the pit quickly. He's going to throw. Pass is pulled in by James. And he's brought down at the line.
Dude, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
No luck finding George Kittle with that one. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Yikes, as that pass falls to the ground, Kate, you kind of just sense their desperation, just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. 3rd and long. They're going to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a 1st down right in their midst. But that force, that contact, separated man from ball.
And he's brought down before the return gets far. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. And off to Simpson. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play. Ooh, talk about a bad look there, Brock. Going jumbo set and still moving backwards after that play.
I don't think you're talking to this defense, Kate, because I think they thought that was an excellent look to knock that thing backwards.
Yeah, good point, good point. Has him on the quick hitter. He's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. for them to figure out now. Throw here, third down. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
You know, Kate, with the game that they put together, it's surprising to see them really run into any hiccups when they appear. They moved the ball very well throughout, just unsuccessful on that third down.
They found some space to do a little damage there before they bottle them up. So first and 10 now from the 30. To throw, Rourke. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Ball and defender run to the exact same time there. And it's going to be second down. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Bronk. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Only a yard from that time, so now third and 9.
Third down.
Go, Reed. Go. Here we go. Here we go. Move it, my team.
They kick the running back in motion. To the air on third and long. And that one's too far in front of them, so now they're facing fourth down.
You never, ever, as an offense, like 3 and outs, Kate, but you really don't like them on third down when you throw into tight coverage like that. Got to manufacture a better look.
Takes this in at the 25. It's a nice running on that return. He gets it up past the 35.
I should probably start ahead, boy, because I got all the hits, boy.
Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for first and 10.
Go. Ready.
Giving this to Harvey. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. A pickup of 17. And that's good for a Broncos first down. One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory.
First and 10 at the 46-yard.
Going to the ground again on first. And he manages to find a little traction on that search field as he fights forward for a couple. Only 2 yards, and it brings up second and 8.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is you put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road.
The Niners close it in, and down he goes. And it'll be third down coming up after this defense's third sack of the game.
Okay, that was so good, really, on 2 levels there defensively. Number 1, with an athletic quarterback, you've got to keep them in the pocket. They did. And then more importantly, and in this case, you got to finish them. Job well done.
Here he goes, third and long. They'll set up the screen here. It's Harvey. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
It's plays like that, Kate, right wrong. When I sit and judge defense, I judge the awareness. I judge how well that coordinator's got him equipped to see what's going on the field, and not just see it, but attack it. And they devoured that screen game on third down.
That's taken at the 15. What a hit, and the ball's loose. And this one goes out of bounds, but whether they recovered or not, it doesn't matter. Possession still changes with a turnover on downs. So they'll head up here, first and 10 from the 34. They'll bring the tight end left. They give left side to James.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
Viking 18. Mustang 19. Take over.
Rourke looking to pass. He just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Let's go. Hey, 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Go.
They'll throw, third and long. That's a cut for the first. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
And the 49ers first down.
Now run, James. And he's down to almost, nope, actually going to give him the 30 here. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that means it'll be first down, San Francisco.
First down. A gain of 12. First down, San Francisco.
Here's Robinson up the middle. And he manages to find a little traction on that search field as he fights forward for a couple. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the Broncos 28.
Ready? Set up. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Set, hurry, hurry.
There's a give inside to James. And he picks up about 6 on the play. Stopped though right near the marker. Didn't get it, third down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
7th play of the drive now as they need a yard here on third down. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Kittle makes the catch. And he's able to get this down to the 13. Give him 8 on that one. And that gives the 49ers the first.
49ers first down. First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Carry here for James. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Play action with Rourke. Bails out of the pocket quick. That one's incomplete in the end zone.
Well, he went for it all right there. That was a highlight reel waiting to happen if he could connect. So good to get out of the pocket and keep the play alive, but even better defensively to force the incompletion.
From the gun on third down. Catch made. And that is a great stop to deny him the marker. It's going to be fourth down.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force fourth down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
All right, looks like this is the moment they're going to make their comeback push. They're going for it on 4th. And they come through to stay on the field. That is enough to set this offense up with a first and goal.
Well, as they get deeper and deeper into this side of the field, they need him to become the guy who makes those plays in the biggest of moments. And that may not show up as a big old pass play and utilizing his arm, but it's his fortitude and his strength to move the sticks. It may just be the catalyst for a touchdown.
They don't pick up anything there, and now it's 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, it did the job on first down. More to come.
We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. It's 49ers ball, and they're sort of in comeback mode here. They trail to start the 4th. Ball still at the 3 as they get set for 2nd and goal. They go to him again. He's not going to make it. Made a little progress, but they stall him at the 2. Only a yard that time. A defensive stand brewing here, and it brings up 3rd and goal.
Well, Okay, this is going to be a fascinating call because defensively, you've stopped the run twice now, and I think you believe on that side, well, they got to put it in the air. But this is also where the offense could say, we got 2 more shots. Let's continue to pound the football. Can't wait to watch this one.
Showing power with the big tight end. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. It's a gain of 2, and that's going to bring up 4th and goal.
Okay, I think they're pulling out all the stops with that 3rd and goal call. Had to dig deep in the playbook for that element of surprise, but the defense, they weren't buying it.
Field goal doesn't move that needle. They're going for the touchdown. It's 4th and goal.
Ready? Hawk 7, 18, right here. Let's go.
Desperation time here. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced. Brock had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
Penix out of his end zone. Short pass brought in. Has room down the left sideline. 30. To 10. All the way. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos have likely locked up the win right there. Nevis now for the extra point. Bad weather doesn't affect that extra point. It's good. And the Broncos stretch the lead to 23. The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. Fields this one at the 3. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Rourke from the gun. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. George Kittle, the intended receiver. So that brings up 2nd down. Shotgun now for Rourke. He's going deep. Oh, brother, it's another interception. DeMar Hamlin picks it off.
You know that quarterback? He's out in Denver now, Kate, Russell Wilson. He loves to say the separation is in the preparation. And when you're facing a DB that is all over the ball and now adding a 2nd interception to his ledger today, you know this guy was prepared, did his homework, and he's come on this field today, and he has been a difference maker.
Very fortunate that didn't go as a turnover. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. So play number 1 almost ended this drive. Let's see what play number 2 has in store. So in read, they'll give it to Sampson. No luck there. Ran that one right into traffic and went nowhere as a result. It's going to be 3rd down.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
Air it out on 3rd. Completed over the middle. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. A 9-yard gain and good for a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
A handoff here to Sampson. Rolling into enemy territory. Now he's past the 25. And he takes this one in for the Denver touchdown. The Broncos keep adding to that 4th-quarter lead. Nevis now for the extra point. Got a good plant in the rain there. The extra point flies through. And the Broncos grow their lead yet again. The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. He's got a lane up past the 30. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40.
When you get contributions like that, and you kick off returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. And for somebody who's been picked off like he has, Brock, you got to admire his determination to keep attacking these coverages.
Yeah, that is risk. Right into double coverage yet again. But this guy's got what I call a high belief factor in himself.
And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10. To the air. Here's Rourke. Looking underneath here. It's James. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. They gain 11 on that play. And that means it'll be 1st down San Francisco.
First down. A gain of 11 on the play. First down.
To throw. Rourke. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Jonte Barron has it. And the Broncos have it after forcing his 4th INT of the day.
Well, these were the kind of plays they needed, frankly, earlier in the game when it was still somewhat close. By this point, still a great play, but a bit of a hollow highlight of the game already decided.
And he won't get beyond the line of scrimmage. Good work by the defense. 2nd down coming up.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 37-yard line.
On 3rd down, I'll go with Sampson. And he's going to be bottled up just a few yards into that 2nd down run.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
They get to Sampson here up the middle. They're holding strong here. The defense gets him at the line. That's going to bring up 4th down. They'll bring out the punter here. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. Before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. '49ers to the line. 1st and 10. Back to work after throwing the pick. Fits it through the middle. Big man showing up the yards. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers putting up points in a game decided. George Kittle, the touchdown. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
Now he's York to kick this one away. Fielded at the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Ready up!
This will be the last play before our 2-minute warning.
Let's go! Go!
Starting on the ground here with Sampson. And the stop is made as he drives this to the opposing 43. So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot.
Come on, come on!
1st down, and they go right back to it. And he'll stay upright through this rain, but not through that hit, as he's tackled after about a 1-yard gain. And right away, we get a timeout from the defense. 1:51 to go.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
2nd down, give to Harvey. And a decent run, gets about 4. It's going to be 3rd down.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
stays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Go!
Staying on the ground here with Harvey. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. The 49ers will call their 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. They'll send out the punting unit. And this is the 5th time he's been called upon today. And that one comes down at the 2 before bouncing into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
San Francisco to the line. It's 1st and 10. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And that gives the 49ers the first.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard
Mark out of the shotgun. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Going from the pistol. Rourke. And they pick him off again. Chad Muma's got it. And the Broncos take it away once again. The 5th time they've intercepted in this game.
I'll hear a lot of defensive coordinators say you've got to earn the right to rush the passer by doing work on the early downs. You know what this is, Kate? They've earned the right to be aggressive defensively with the work they did through 3 quarters, and this defense is cutting it loose.
So to the side of me, mile-high salutes throughout the building. It's a win at home for the Broncos. 1 down, a whole lot more wins to go, Brock. But hey, victors to begin this regular season.
Yeah, I think it's both these guys go across the field and shake hands with one another. They do know, Kate, to your point, it is a long year. But what this does is it pays off your training camp. It does instill some confidence. He did all the right things through July and August to kick the season off.
This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our crew here and my broadcast partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Broncos are winners, as we'll see you next time from Denver.